What's up, y'all? I was feeling the vibe for a minute, man. Yo, welcome to Do Tell with Laugh After Dark. It's your boy, Charlie Wilson, man. This is a show where I sit down with some of the baddest comics from all over the world, and they tell me some of their craziest stories, okay? So today's special guest, he's a local favorite. He's done Laugh After Dark on multiple occasions. He's one of the hardest brothers that I've seen working in Vegas. One of the hardest working and hardest breathing brothers in comedy. Y'all make some noise for Alex, Koolaid, Ansel, and this thing.
Oh, my God, that's me.
That's him,
my
man.
name.
So, please,
all
Koolaid.
the best comics, and then I'm here.
And you.
And me.
So, please.
Made the cut.
Koolaid.
Yes, sir.
Do tell.
Okay, do tell. So... let me tell you about the time that I tried to smuggle some bacon from the country of Texas back home to Vegas.
What? Smuggling bacon.
Yeah, you know,
okay.
Sweet meats.
Let's get,
that's
let's
my other nickname, other than the Vanilla Gorilla.
Yeah.
Grandma's favorite Mijo. I'm also the velour connoisseur.
Yeah.
Calorie Drogo.
Yeah.
I'm a man of many
sweet
pseudonyms.
Gotcha.
So I was leaving Texas, and I was going to bring back some HEB thick cut jalapeno bacon.
Ooh,
local delicacy.
Sounds
okay?
good.
So
what part of Texas?
I'm from San Antonio.
From San Antonio. One time for the 210?
210, baby.
Yeah,
Countdown City. All right. The Deuce Dime.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. I don't really call it that. Windcrest, represent. Throw the dubs up.
Hey.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we're going to fly home, and it was on July 11th. And it was kind of like a... here's what happened. So we're going to fly home. Adam Dominguez, friend of the show, friend of Laugh After Dark.
Yeah.
We're both going to leave San Antonio to come back to Vegas. Mm-hmm. And so I'm at the airport. Adam's on his way there. And I checked my bag that had the bacon because I'm like, I'm going to be in Vegas in 4 hours. I'll be fine. I froze the bacon.
Right.
It's good.
It'll be a breeze.
It'll be fine. You know, let me take this Spirit
Is the bacon
flight.
in like a bag, plastic bag?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's all sealed up rather than in a bag, and I'm just like, whoa, chomping at the bit.
Can't wait to get back to Vegas.
Yeah, hell yeah, and go freeze it and then make some awesome breakfast with it.
Yeah.
So I'm at the airport, and then I get a call from Adam, and he's like, hey man, did you get the alert? I'm like, what are you talking about? And I look around the whole terminal because I'm there, and at the gate, it's almost like in a virus, in a movie where there's like a virus being unleashed, and everybody's just going, oh shit, damn it, what the hell, And I'm like, what's going on?
Things are crashing.
And I look at my phone, flight's been canceled.
Damn.
I'm like, son of a bitch. So end up, I go back out, I leave. And I'm like, hey, there was no gate attendant where I checked my bag in. Yeah. That guy was gone. And I was like, yo, I need my bag so I could go put my bacon on ice or whatever.
On ice or something?
Yeah.
Where are you going to find ice in the airport? Did you even get that far
yet?
No,
just like go back to where I was staying because I was staying with a friend. And I'm like, well, let me get my checked bag so I can, take care of the bacon. Yeah. But instead, what I did was earlier that day, I received a special gift from a friend of mine. One of my close personal friends from high school. We met there. Steve Flannery of Steve's PC Repair, Steve's Computer Repair. Okay. Shout out in San Antonio. Earlier that day, he gifted me a 2007 Toyota Sienna.
What?
Yes.
He gifted you a Toyota Sienna.
He did. So what happened was
That's a minivan, ladies and
gentlemen. Oh, we named it something
One of the
special.
best, too. One of the best, too.
So... what had happened was...
Yeah, oh, shit. You know it's going to be some shit when it starts with what had happened was.
So, I didn't... For like 8 years, I was without a car. All right, but I still...
In Texas?
In Texas, here in Vegas.
Gotcha.
But I did what I had to do and still, be a comedian and beg, borrow, steal, comics, get rides, you know. Hey, I'll give you some time if you take me to this, to the show or... but taking buses and doing all that stuff. My hustle, my grind never stopped.
Wow.
I still was like, okay, I'm going to do comedy. This is what I'm going to do.
Right.
So he gifted me a car.
This is the same day you missed your flight?
So this was earlier in the day.
Gotcha.
So my buddy's like, come by the new shop, Steve of Steve's PC Repair. Yeah. I get there and I see this van, and on one side of it, it says Steve's PC or Steve's Computer Repair. And I go, that's hilarious, man. You got a van, and it has your graphics on it, so when you go to people's houses and fix their stuff, you're advertising your stuff. And he's like, yeah. And so he goes to the front door of his business, and he's like, hey, walk around the van. Come check it out. And I start walking around the van, and on the back window it has Alex Ansel, but in the Koolaid font, which is one of the alternate logos that I've used for graphics and promos.
Yeah.
And then it had like my social media info and like social media logos, and it had the Las Vegas logo. And I go, oh, that's hilarious, dude. You're advertising your boy.
Right.
You're advertising me while you're fixing computers around San Antonio.
Right.
That's hilarious. Thanks, man. AlexAnsel.com.
Yeah.
And then I walk around to the other side, bigger, the whole other side says Alex Ansel and more social media info, the best laps in Vegas, Las Vegas logo.
Damn.
All this cool stuff is on there. And I'm flipping out. And I'm there with my buddy Mike Suarez, another comic.
Yeah.
My buddy Murphy was there because we just had lunch. And here's Steve, and he goes, yeah, man, that's yours. And I go, yeah, that's my info.
Yeah.
He goes, no, the van, it's yours.
What?
I'm like, what do you mean?
What?
And he goes, yeah, this van, this is for you. Murph helped me. This van is for you, so you can do shows and tour. And I'm just like, what the shit?
Dude, I'm about to cry.
Yeah. Oh, man, I
Dude,
cried.
I'm about to bawl.
I got emotional.
Damn.
I recorded like an Instagram story. And I'm one of these people. I cry at weddings.
Yeah.
I cry. Every time I watch Spider-Man, No Way Home, I cry like
Yeah, dude, I'm Waterworks too. I'm a Cancer too. My birthday's July in
go.
July, so yeah, I'm Waterworks.
Oh no, I'm just a bitch. So
Wow.
I'm in touch with my emotions.
Right.
And so just like weeping, like, oh my God, my friends are so beautiful.
Wow.
And it also happened to be the anniversary of my mom's passing.
Wow.
Right? So it was on July 11th, 2021. So I get this van, and my buddy, and of course my German, because I'm half, out of engineering, right or left brain person I am. I go, if I would have known that you were going to give me a car, I would have just gotten a one-way ticket from Vegas.
And drove this shit back.
Yeah.
Right.
So, because he's like, all right, we'll keep it here. You can fly back, drive it back, da-da-da. I was like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Cut to 6 hours later, my flight's getting canceled.
Damn.
I talked to Adam, and I go, bro, so I have this van, right? I think this is a sign from Mama Rita, my mom, of like, yo, let's take the van from San Antonio, 1,700 miles out to Vegas. And Adam is always down for an adventure. So he's like, I'm down. Let's
Just
do
like
it.
that.
Exactly. So I call up my buddy Steve. It's like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And he has to be up in a couple hours to open up the shop and all that. And I go, hey, I'm going to take that van tonight. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yo, flight was canceled.
Wow.
It's a sign. Like, it's the anniversary of my mom's passing. I think she'll watch over us.
Right.
I got a good feeling about this. And meanwhile, like, and this, I'm not looking at a gift horse in the mouth. Yeah, it's a 07.
Right.
It's got like 180,000 miles on it.
You gotta hope
they're
that
highway
still start
miles,
up.
though. Yeah, they're highway miles. That's fine. And like, it's a Toyota, so you could throw on another 50, 60,000 on that thing.
Easy.
And he's had it checked out, so I trust my boy.
Yeah.
And we go and get the van ready. We throw our stuff in there. And meanwhile, I don't have any clothes. Like, all my checked bag, bag with the bacon, still at the airport.
Damn.
And
the anxiety you must have at this point.
Oh,
like,
man.
Shit, my bacon. That's like my baby. It's like shit.
And so we just decided to go and leave at 11 o'clock at night.
Damn.
Because, and this was a Sunday night, because Monday night, Adam had a gig in Boulder City.
That's out here.
Yeah.
Holy
so we had a gig like
shit.
24 hours later.
What?
So the two of us are tag teaming, and we drove straight through from San Antonio. We get to El Paso at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, that's like the stopping point for our folks. Yeah.
So, because Adam's from El Paso, we met with his dad, had breakfast. We teamed up with another van of comics that were going to come visit and hang out anyway. So we had a caravan of these two vans leaving El Paso to go to
Vegas.
To go to Vegas. Yeah. And we pull into Boulder City, and here's the van, and I'm showing it off to the comics that are there because we're taking photos of it. And it was about like 3 hours into the ride of like, all right, I have a name for the van, because it's like, oh, there's the shaggin' wagon, that's been done, this and that. So finally, it hit me like lightning, and I go, oh. It's the Cuddle Shuttle.
Right? The Cuddle Shuttle. I like that. Who wouldn't want to ride in the Cuddle Shuttle?
Exactly. Right? There's no implication there.
Right. You have to be crazy not to want to hop in the Cuddle Shuttle.
So, and then the next morning we leave El Paso. I'm calling the airline, and I'm doing like, I'm so outraged, right? And I was like, I have medication in there. I didn't tell them it was bacon, right? But I mean, for me, it's one
kind
of the
medication,
same.
Right? You got to have it, right? Right. Or you start freaking out.
For religious purposes, I needed my salted pork. And so they ended up like refunding me the ticket price. I still got the miles. So I got my money back.
You weren't flying Spirit, were you, sir?
I mean, I didn't fly it because I canceled it, assholes.
Yeah.
No, I think it was Allegiant, Spirit. I don't know. One of those fly by night.
Well, they hooked you up. They gave you your money back and all that shit.
Right. And then a couple days later, they're like, all right, your bag's here finally in Vegas. And they did put a rush tag on it, which I'm like, that's dumb. Because I got it like 3 days later.
Maybe they smelled the bacon. I'm like, we got to rush this shit.
I bet you make the drug dogs go crazy.
Something's over here. It's not Coke, but they can open this suitcase.
Pull it out. Quick pro tip, guys. If you're smuggling drugs through the airport, you probably can't because those dogs that they have there, they can only smell explosives or drugs. They can't train a dog to do both. So handy tip.
Explosive or drugs.
Right.
So if there's explosive and drugs, you're still gonna get it.
Well, I mean, don't put your firecrackers next to your weight.
Right.
And next to your snow or whatever.
To the pipe.
Yeah. So don't ask me how I know this.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, because so in most places where you have a bunch of people traveling, it's going to be explosive based. So they don't give a shit about drugs.
Right.
So there you go. There's your tips with Koolaid. Also, another pro tip. If you ever want to get rid of gunshot residue or gunpowder residue off your hands from firing a gun, you can use Barbasol shaving cream.
Barbasol shaving cream.
Yeah, it gets rid of it.
Spoken like a true Texan. See that?
Hell yeah.
If you need to get the gunpowder off your hands, some Texas shit.
There you go. I've actually never fired a gun.
What?
I'm from Texas. I've never fired a gun. Shit. I'm not like against guns, you know? But I've held a gun because somebody needed some extra prints or something. I don't know.
Oh, shit. And they found you. Here he is.
You go, yeah. I do have a favorite gun, and it's the T-shirt gun.
Yeah.
I do like the T-shirt gun.
Gun?
That mascot
the one that... And it's like,
Yeah,
that brings joy. Yo, so you drove the van from Texas to Vegas.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good fucking movie. I wish
we were documenting the whole thing. It was on our Instagram stories.
That's crazy.
Kept cracking up and because it's like you can't really drive like an asshole in that van because it's got all my social media info on there.
They know it's you.
So it's like when people are following me, it's like, yo, come follow me.
Right. Now, did Adam make a show in both?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We made it. Yeah.
Nice.
We got there early enough to where some of the El Paso cats got to do some time on there too. And then I was just so worn out and just.
This is the comedy life, folks, right here.
Oh, yeah.
You think you're built for it, and then you miss your flight and you got to drive an 07 Sienna across the country to get your shit.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, like I'm grimy when it comes to this comedy shit. Like. Ain't nothing flashy about some of the stuff I do. I'm like a journeyman, blue collar. I'm doing 6 p.m. shows with magicians. All right, everybody loves Laugh After Dark. That's an awesome show to do. The crowd's amazing. It's late at night. It's downtown Fremont with that energy. But then when it's like a Wednesday and the corner of a casino and you're part of a magic variety show and with people that are like, I got free tickets and I just want to sit down in air conditioning. And this is my first time watching comedy. They're not invested in it. That's a whole nother battle.
Now let's back to what this show actually is. This goes down where?
Of the show that I'm talking
comedy
about?
Show,
Oh yeah, at the Strat.
At the Strat Casino. And which comedy room? Which comedy club in there?
That's the LA Comedy Club.
Shout out to LA Comedy Club.
Yeah. A brand new showroom. It's gorgeous.
Very nice.
It's beautiful.
So you have a weekly show you do there.
I'm there a lot. So I'd probably say I'm there like 3-4 times a week.
Nice.
Doing the 6 p.m. with Amir the Miracle, another
shout
favorite.
Out to Amir. Yeah,
and then of course James Michael, the redneck comedy magician.
I've seen the flyers and the advertisement. It looks like a variety show. It looks like a wild time in there. So that's dope.
How did I get on there? I'm from Texas. There you go.
Yo, so going all the way back, bro, because we've worked together on a few different occasions, but we never got a chance to really sit and talk and get to know each other.
Did that buddy cop movie?
Yeah, we need to do one. That shit would be fucking hilarious. But you're from Texas. You were born in, I think I just found out, Fort Worth.
I was born in Fort Worth and then lived in Germany for like 10 years.
Oh shit, why?
And then
you go from Fort Worth to Germany, bro.
I like to tell people I was engineered in Germany and then debuted in Texas.
Nice.
So my parents met in Germany. My dad worked for AFES for the Army and Air Force Exchange Service.
Okay.
So those are the stores that are on base.
Gotcha.
So they're like when you go to Air Force Base or Army Base, the Walmart, so to speak.
Gotcha.
And so my dad was a retail manager. Met my mom, local cashier. and loves and sparks and all that kind of good stuff happened.
Nice. And then came
Promise
on to
of
Texas
green
for a better
cards.
life.
Yeah.
Aha.
It's like, oh, I'll take you to Texas for good Mexican food.
Nice.
It's got to be better than the Mexican food in Germany, I assume.
Yeah. Nice. So you're born in Fort Worth. You made your way to San Antonio. What were you doing before comedy? What was life like before you even hit stage and all that shit?
I wanted to be a nerd rapper.
Oh, shit.
Because I used to listen to a lot of MC Chris.
Yeah, yeah.
And he did like voices on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
And Aqua Teen Hunger Force and like a bunch of those. And I was like, I love this because
Is this like high school?
after high school,
After high school, okay.
pre-college.
Okay.
And I was there, I always loved stand-up comedy, and my friends and teachers and stuff, I'd get in trouble.
Yeah.
I got the superlative of funniest senior
Oh shit!
for
Okay.
at my school. I was like,
Okay, so you've always had a little gift of gab.
I needed the attention.
Yeah. Right. That's the thing too with people that are funny. It's like once we get used to that attention, we get used to being the center of attention, and once we see that we have that gift of laughter, at that point it's like everybody's gonna get this work.
That too. And it's like my parents were older when they had me.
Yeah.
My parents were both 40
Oh wow.
when I was, made,
debuted,
created,
Yeah.
crafted in the lab. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
So part of me, like they didn't have all my parents' friends, all their kids were already in college and they had kids of their own and all that kind of stuff. So the only way I could get attention from adults would try to be funny and try to do jokes, and a lot of them were pretty inappropriate.
Yeah. Where'd you work? Where'd you work? What was like your job, your profession? What were you doing in those earlier years?
Oh, so my dad was a retail manager, right? Mm-hmm. So my dad would have me work with him when I was like 13, 14. And because my size, because I was always a big fat fuck, I always looked older.
Yeah.
So he would train me to sell electronics and stuff for because after he retired from the store that he worked at, he became like a vendor rep for different companies representing. So he'd work for like Hitachi, Panasonic, JVC.
Okay.
And
you had some benefits. He made your doctor's appointments and stuff. See that?
See that? So, I had a whole Kenwood system in my Subaru.
Nice.
That was free.
Oh, you were beating up the block.
Oh, bro.
Nice. Yo, would you have like some 10-inch subwoofers or something?
Oh, you're cute.
12s?
You're cute. I had 3 10-inch subwoofers. I had
And what kind of car?
In a 93 Subaru Legacy.
Ooh,
and it was brown. So
that shit was rattling, too.
Oh, dude. My rearview mirror was doing this. All right? I would miss so many phone calls because the whole car would shake.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel the phone, like the Nokia brick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel it vibrate because the whole car is just like
rumbling.
Boom, 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 boom,
What kind of music were you jamming, bro?
Oh, man. So a lot of hip-hop, a lot of rap.
Yeah.
Like the Dr. Dre, The Chronic was in constant rotation.
Yeah.
A lot of G-Unit stuff.
Yeah.
What else? And of course, a lot of like Southern rap. So like Mike Jones, Paul Wall, Chameleon.
That era was crazy. That's right. You from Texas?
Yeah, dude.
Remember the Chopped and Screws shit?
Oh yeah, of course, man. Of course.
And then Mike Jones, one and only. You can't Clovis.
Yeah.
Friends,
I almost got to meet him.
Oh shit.
I almost got to meet him, but his flight ran late at that thing I did last week.
Damn.
And I was like, I wanted to meet Mike Jones.
You got to. That's a piece of history right there.
Oh my God,
Remember
absolutely.
he used to throw his number out just because.
Yeah.
Like
no shit. Can I?
8-3 some shit. I forgot what fucking number was.
281-830-8004. Hit Mike Jones up on the low because Mike Jones about to blow.
Ow! On your ass. Shout out to Mike Jones. That's a Texas shit for sure.
I wanted to wrap my phone number towards him. Yeah. And my last 4 digits are 8666.
Yeah.
And it's like 8666. Hit me up if you thick. 8666. Hit me up if you like little dicks.
Yeah. They were like, do I want to make this call?
There we go. 2-inch gang. What's up?
Wow. So you were telling me where you were working. You say 2-inch gang. You were telling me where you were working. Where you were working. Where were you?
So I'd work on these in the electronic stores on base.
Gotcha.
And so like Randolph and Lackland, all in San Antonio. And my thing was, because I was so young, my dad would tell me, do not tell these people you're 14. Tell them you're in high school. Because what person in their sane mind is going to buy a camcorder that a 14-year-old is telling them
recommending, right?
Is about.
Right.
So I've always been taught how to do sales and stuff at a very young age, and I did retail for 10 years.
Wow.
Before I did comedy, and I'm a slick ass salesman. Like I was that Jordan Belfort type dude.
Yeah.
Like I was watching Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh shit.
And I was like, all right, that pen challenge.
Yeah.
They did that to me in my job interview for Circuit City right towards the end.
Where it's like, sell me this pen.
Yeah, they're like, sell me this pen. And then
at Circuit City used to be the shit too.
Hell yeah. This is right when they got away from non-commission.
Yeah.
But then I just came in there and just like a breath of fresh air, and they're like, hey, how much are we paying you? And I'm like, this much. And they go, yeah, we got to adjust that. You're pretty badass. And then, of course, I'd use my wit and charm and disarm people and get them to like me. And then I'm like, yeah, you want this $150 cable. That's how you're going to get the best. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
So
I love sales too, bro. That's why I started that for a while. All right, so before I get into my sales background, because I can talk about that shit all day. So you're working at Circuit City. You're in sales. How long do you do that before there's a transition onto some other shit, or when you stumble on comedy?
That's when I was when I started working for Circuit City was about the time I started doing comedy, and I told them, I was like, hey, I'm starting to do comedy. Oh, you're a comedian? I was like, no. I'm doing comedy. I want to become a comedian.
Right.
And I would tell them, oh, I need these certain days off so I could do open mics and comedy. And they're like, sure, we'll help you. What's that?
Who told you to do that? Was somebody who's like, try comedy? Was it someone who pulled you into it? Or did you at some point
so they did, what is it? What's that stand-up competition show?
Last Comic Standing?
Last Comic Standing.
Okay.
So they were auditioning that in San Antonio.
Okay. And
I was like, oh, okay, let me just go there. Yeah. And then I found out, oh, no, you had been doing comedy. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I'm an idiot.
This is a bad open mic.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'll just be funny, right?
Right.
And then that's when I learned, I went to like a local showcase, and then I asked, hey, how do I get into comedy? Yeah. And they're like, all right, you just got to do open mics, write your own jokes, come out. I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
So, did that. That's what, okay, I'm retracing everything.
Yeah.
So that's how I learned this is how you do comedy. You go to open mics, you watch, you get up.
Yep.
So I learned how to do that, and then around that same time is when I got hired by Circuit City. And they told me, yeah, we give you Fridays and Saturdays off.
Ooh, that's
hell no, they didn't.
In the sales business?
Hell no, they didn't.
That's money-making days.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, oh, no, we're going to need you to work these days. And I'm like, but I got to do these. You're, because I was the top earner in TVs.
I was like Office Space.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We need you to come in on Saturday.
Yeah, I was that TV guy. Like, I was that TV home theater guy.
Yeah.
They nicknamed me The Answer. Like, I was Allen Iverson and shit. Because they're like, oh, you got a question about something? You don't know it?
Yeah.
Yo, Alex knows.
Nice.
And I was that guy.
Right.
And then, so I was doing, comedy and trying to work my way up. And Circuit City was like on the decline because Best Buy was killing them.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so when Circuit City was kind of like fading out, they made me full-time towards the end. And then they shut down. And so I was collecting unemployment as a full-time. And I got a severance package. And I had money from sick days piling up.
Damn.
So from that money I was getting, I was like, all right, let me just focus on comedy now. And so didn't worry about a job, just kept going to all these different open mics, went to the club open mics.
Nice.
And that was like around late 2009. Then I entered my first ever comedy competition at my home club, and I won that.
Oh, shit.
And that was in 2010. And I
Where was this? What club?
The Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club.
Nice.
So I won Funniest Person in South Texas.
Nice.
And
how long had you been doing comedy since then?
Like 2 years. Like
wow.
A year and a half of kind of
Right.
And I'd only hosted, I think like 2 weeks, like 2 different weeks at the comedy clubs in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And so it was like news to me that
yeah.
I was shooting for third because I saw everybody that was in the competition.
Right.
And I was like, okay, if I get third, this would be awesome.
Right.
And I guess I came in there like a breath of fresh air, which is hard for me to get. Right? And so they called third place, and I was like, oh, I'm out of it.
Yeah.
They call second place, and they go, all right, it was a good run.
Yeah.
And then first place, they're like, all right, your winner for Funniest in South Texas is Alex Ansel. And I just went, yeah, good for him.
Right.
Good for him.
Right.
And then it hit me, and then all my boys were jumping on me and shit. Oh, shit, it was you.
Damn.
And I think it kind of like reinvigorated like some of the old heads that were there.
Yeah.
And then it kind of inspired some of the newer people because they're like, oh, it's not just the club's choice.
Yeah.
Because it's like they're shaking shit up.
Right.
And I was like, holy shit.
That's what it should be about, though. The raw talent. Not the club's choice, not their favorites, not who's got the TV credits. Raw talent.
Yeah. So and then so they gave me this big ass trophy, which I never had a bunch of trophies in school. Like, I got ribbons and stuff for shot put and German competition.
You used to shot put?
Oh, yeah. In middle school, I was a shot put and discus. I was terrible. But, I was on the team. Yeah. So they gave me a big-ass trophy, $500 check. Jeez. And then I used that check to pay my first month's rent when I moved out of my dad's place.
Damn.
And so since then, I've been paying all my bills and just doing comedy.
Wow,
and
that's
I've had
dope.
All kinds of comedy-related jobs of, like, teaching the comedy defensive driving.
Okay.
And even when I didn't have a car, I had to teach people how to drive better.
What?
That's how funny I was. I didn't need a car to teach you how to drive better.
So you used to do, like, defensive driving or some shit?
Yeah,
like
well, it was like the classroom stuff. So I wouldn't sit in the car with you.
Yeah.
So it's like if you got a speeding ticket, texting while driving, you would take the comedy.
And you did that out here?
In San Antonio.
San Antonio, gotcha.
So I did that for 6 years, and when I stopped doing that and moved to Vegas, I would still wake up sometimes and be like, oh shit, I'm late to teach class. And then I look out the window and I see a palm tree and I go, oh wait, I'm not in Texas.
I'm not there anymore. Now, what prompted the move to Vegas? Where does that come up? There's a lot of places you can leave from Texas. That's kind of like the epicenter or kind of the nucleus. It's a central place. You know?
Here's what happened. So a couple of years ago, I've always been a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And then I kind of like rediscovered
We're just
wrestling.
doing the wrestling. Oh, yeah, baby.
That's right, brother.
Come on, brother.
There you go. You try to put up these walls around me, but you forget. What does Koolaid crash through? Yeah.
These walls.
So I linked up with a ex-professional wrestler, a retired professional wrestler, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Okay, shit.
And
it sounds so fucking familiar. Like,
yes.
Does he have like a little...
A mullet,
mullet,
yes. Mullet,
okay.
mustache.
Okay.
The whole gimmick. So also native Texan.
Okay.
So the thing is, I had a buddy of mine who he hurt his hip. He was an independent wrestler. He broke his pelvis, I think, and he was in the hospital. And he posted on Facebook, "Hey man, if anybody has any links to videos, I'm really bored. I'm in the hospital." So I sent him a 30-minute link or a 30-minute set of mine, and I was like, watch this. I could use the views, you know. So 33 minutes later, I get these big long paragraphs from him.
Shit.
Of like, oh my god, you're so funny, dude. You need to come out to Kansas City, dude. You're better than people I've seen on Comedy Central. And I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. Like, thank you for the kind words. He's like, no, I'm serious. I watch a lot of comedy. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, I was laughing so hard the nurses were checking on me. I got them to watch it. They love it. Da da da. And so he was, independent wrestler, and he also helps, he's got one foot in wrestling, another foot in, some other things.
Sure.
So he saw that Jake the Snake was in this documentary called The Resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts, where with his help with, do you remember Diamond Dallas Page?
I remember that name.
DDP, right?
Yeah, DDP. Yeah.
Right? So he, Diamond Dallas Page developed this exercise program and this, fitness thing called DDP Yoga.
Okay.
It's not your mama's yoga. It's also a cult. I can say that. I didn't sign an NDA for Jake the Snake, but I signed one for DDP.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll spill the tea.
Right.
He can barely read. Anyway, so he's gonna fake beat me up later. It's gonna be great.
Right.
So, Jake the Snake wants to kind of do the Mick Foley thing, the Mankind thing of going to comedy clubs and venues and tell stories. And, that kind of thing. And me as a comic, I'm like, great. It's all these people that don't do comedy that want to.
Right.
So, whatever. This guy hits me up and he goes, he hits up Jake the Snake and says, hey, I want to bring you to Kansas City. What can we do to make you do a speaking engagement at the comedy club there? I want to help organize and broker it. And Jake the Snake's management goes, yeah, we don't want to do Kansas City. We want to do Texas, because it was right before they had WrestleMania in Texas a couple of years ago. And he goes, oh, I can help you with Texas. He just told him that. He just basically, I don't want to say lie to him, but just like overpromised.
Yeah.
And then he hits me up. He goes, I need your help. I can't tell you which old school wrestler it is, but we have to make a tour for them in Texas. Can you help me out? I got you, dude. No problem. So I gave him a list of venues of places I've worked at where they would probably, have old school classic wrestler. And he's like, I hit all these people up. They love you. Oh my God, here's who it is. It's Jake the Snake Roberts. Oh shit, Jake the Snake? Yo, his movie just came out. It's got this awesome documentary.
Yeah.
The clout's building up. It's winning all kinds of awards. And I'm like, that's major. That's insane. Mm-hmm. And he goes, and I go, hey, man, can I do the San Antonio show? He goes, no, man, I want to book you and him together. Oh, you're going to open for him. Oh, and then I was like, oh, shit. So, get all the details worked out, hash it all out. Like 7-8 months later, we hit the stage together. I get to meet him. We start doing our shows. And the longer we're working, the more shows we're doing together, the more time he's giving me on stage. The first night, he gave me like 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, man, it's your show, whatever you want. And then the next night, he's like, all right, do 15. Okay, nice. We hit it off. And the first night we met, he saw me. He's like, damn, you're a big boy. I was like, yeah. And he goes, we got to help you. I was like, okay, this is a little bold right here.
Right. It's first introduction, so slow down.
So... yeah, it was a little like, okay, buddy, like, hey, nice to meet you too.
Right.
Well, he's like chain smoking, and I'm like, what? Right. Oh yeah, you're so healthy. Right. So we hit it off. We're gelling. We're doing these shows together. Where are we? San Angelo, Texas. Okay. They put the wrong time on the flyer and in the newspaper for the show. So they're like, Koolaid, we need you to do 45 minutes. Yeah, okay, no problem. I've been doing comedy long enough. I was like, I can do that. So I go up, and I had like one of the best sets of my life. Like everything was hidden. And I did a joke as Jake the Snake. Yeah. I used his voice, and I was like, you guys want to get freaky with a girl? You got to eat sugar-free Pop Rocks out of her butthole. And I told Jake, sugar-free candy is gross. And he doubled over. The whole crowd loved it. So I bring up Jake the Snake, and I get a standing ovation. Wow. Right? I was like, hey, guys, thank you so much. Damn. Everybody gets up, I get a standing ovation. And then I have to bring up Jake the Snake. Right?
I don't like where this is going, Koolaid.
Yeah, and I see him, and he's like looking at me. He's like, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So I bring him up on stage, and right as we shake hands, he's like, I'm going to talk to you after the show.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, oh, shit. I have to go to the principal's office. Yeah. I'm like, I'm in trouble. Yeah. So Jake goes up, consummate professional. He, slows it down to his tempo because you got to remember.
You got to readjust the room, reset the room a little bit.
Exactly. Because the thing is, people don't realize about pro wrestling is you have to convey all these emotions and tell a story, and you don't always have a microphone. Mm-hmm. So you have to do it with movements and the way you facial expressions, and you have to do it where the person on the front row sees it and the person on the upper deck sees it. So the way I kind of describe Jake of the way he performs is he's already amazing without a microphone. Right. So it's almost like giving a ninja an AK-47. Yeah. You just took something that could kill you and made it deadlier. Yeah. And he went up there and kind of reset it, did his thing. He kills it, does a great job. We go and sell merch, and then he's like, you, outside. I was like, okay. And he goes, yeah, what you did there tonight? And I'm like, I'm getting ready to be like, ooh. Right. He goes, what you did tonight? I want you to do that every night.
Damn.
I was like, what? And he goes, that's the only way I'm going to get better.
Damn.
And I was like, okay. And he's like, that was great.
Wow.
We're going to give you, as much, whatever time you want to do, you do that if we get that reaction.
Wow.
And then he invited me to visit him in Vegas. And I was like, oh, you're being nice. I've been, at that time I was
How many shows had y'all done together?
Probably 5 of the 9.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, he's being polite. I've worked with a couple higher up Hollywood, celebrity people. And they're like, oh, that's so nice of you. Come visit me out in Vegas. Come visit me. Right. We finished the tour. He goes and, does WrestleMania or, the WrestleMania events. I had to go back to San Antonio because I was selling weed at the time and I had to go take care of that business.
Right.
So this was in early April. And then he's hounding me. He's calling me. Hey, man, come out and visit us. Come out and visit us in Vegas. And I was like, oh, shit, you're for real? Okay, I thought you were just being nice. So I told him, hey, I could take these 10 days off in May. He goes, all right, come out all 10 days. And I'm like, 10 days is a lot of time to spend at somebody's house. I was like, all right. So came out. He invited me, flew out. He got me into juicing. Okay. And, eating healthier and doing DDP yoga, the same exercise program that helped him and save him. And he saw that I was taking it seriously. And I was learning all these new things and, having a good time hanging out with him and his daughter.
Nice.
We did some shows,
So you're another housemate at this point. Your family at this point.
Yeah, pretty much, right? I made them my guac, which my guac is.
Oh, shit. I got to try your guac there, but I love guac.
Oh, man. I can
with
throw
some
it down in the
Tostitos,
kitchen.
with a hint of lime or the queso.
There you go. I like the scoops.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, scoops are good.
So I don't put garlic in my guac. It overpowers it. That's
all right.
Pro tip.
I'll update you guys on the next episode of how good the guac was. I want to try
I'm a guac star, baby.
All right.
So when it comes to guacs and Crocs, hit me up.
Right, that's true. We see the Croc game over here. You have to get a separate shot of the Crocs. You always fuck with the Crocs. I hear they're comfortable as shit.
Oh, I love them, man. I've been getting the exclusives lately and the new drops, and I'm like, I'll be that guy.
Some people wait in line for Jordans. Some people got the exclusive Crocs. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
For sure.
So he invited. A couple days go by. I celebrate my birthday with them. May 9th. What's up, Taurus?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I come down the stairs one point, and he goes and tells me, he goes, yeah, man, I've been keeping Dallas updated with, which is fun it's like funny for me because he's on a first name basis with all these wrestlers that I grew up watching on TV,
right.
and I'm like, oh yeah, you just call him Dallas,
right? Legends, and shit. Yeah,
I call him DDP because I don't know him, And he's like, I've been keeping Dallas,
Diamond Dallas Page. Right?
Yeah. I've been telling him about your progress, and he thinks we should document it. I go, okay. And he goes, yeah, I think you should move to Vegas and you should move in with me and my daughter.
Wow.
Wait, what? You know? And then in my mind, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Because at that point, I kind of did everything I could do in comedy in Texas.
Right.
So from like producing shows and doing shows at the clubs and working where I wanted to work.
Yep.
I was like, I need that change. I got to, I don't want to be a big fish in a small pond.
Right.
I want to be... let's move to a bigger pond.
There you go.
Because my thing was like, I don't want to be the funniest guy in San Antonio.
Right.
I want to be the funniest guy from San Antonio.
There you go.
So over the summer, I get back home. I get my own juicer. I start walking, eating healthy. I have my Sunday cheat day. And I lost 100 pounds in 100 days.
Damn.
Right?
That's solid.
Oh, yeah. And
they were documenting this shit?
I mean, just like on my own with my social media stuff. And then I tell Jake about that, and he goes, "Yeah, you're gonna meet DDP." So this is in September. I drove a U-Haul by myself from San Antonio to Vegas. Whew. I get to Vegas Sunday morning at like 2 a.m. or like Saturday night 2 a.m. Sunday. Get the U-Haul unloaded, and then take a red eye Sunday night to Atlanta, where Jake the Snake and DDP were at.
Jeez, you were still alive after that fucking drive?
Oh, man. And then I met DDP, and I'm in DDP's house hanging out with Jake the Snake.
Wow.
I go to the studio where they do the exercising thing. There's other wrestlers just hanging out.
Damn.
And I'm just like,
You're like, hey, guys.
All right, I get a DDP yoga assessment.
Damn.
And it's just all these dudes I used to watch on WCW Nitro.
Yeah.
I'm just hanging out with them, and I'm like, oh. And I'm trying not to like what they call mark out or get all fanboyish. But I was just playing it cool. Hey,
right.
what's up?
Face red and shit.
Yeah, but internally, I'm like,
I had your action figures. Oh my god! Remember the wrestling pillows that were like this?
Oh
the pillows and shit. Yeah. I used to have a couple of those.
Hell yeah, the Wrestle Buddies.
Yeah.
So, where am I going from there? So that happened.
Then you decided to make the move to Vegas permanent.
Yeah.
After that.
Oh yeah. So that's when I took the U-Haul there. So and then one of my buddies relayed this to me. He goes, Koolaid, you have like two of your childhood heroes helping you out with like a major with like your biggest problem.
Right.
And I was like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, dude, you're at DDP's house with Jake the Snake Roberts and my buddy Alonzo. He goes, that'd be like if Spider-Man and Han Solo had me move in the Millennium Falcon to help me with my drinking.
Right.
Do you realize that's what? And I was like, yo, my life is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so I moved to Vegas in late 2016.
Okay.
Lived with him for like another 6-7 months. We toured. We probably toured together for about year and a half.
Nice.
We would do conventions.
Holy shit.
So I would do like his day manager stuff on the road. So I'd be, this is the non-glamorous part of like, because this dude would wake up at like 5 a.m., chain smoke, and then he's like, all right, it's time for you to get up. I'm like, hey man, just because you're up doesn't mean I have to be up.
Yeah.
And so I'd be the one like planning all the routes, having to pick up the rental cars, finding all the restaurants he wants to eat at,
all
taking
the
care of
logistics.
them.
Shit.
Right? Oh, and I have to perform, by the way.
Right.
You know? So I'd be like day manager stuff. But one of the cool things was we were in Rhode Island for a convention, and I got to meet the guy who was like Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell, right?
Yeah.
And then all these
Mr. B.
Right? And then all these other wrestlers, and we're just like hanging out in the lobby, and I'm just like,
how weird is this?
This is the coolest fucking thing ever. And I got to meet and shake hands because I ditched Jake at one point. Yeah. It was like the end of the convention Sunday night, and Peter Laird, Kevin Eastman, who's one of the co-creators of Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's leaving to get into the van. And mind you, I'm wearing my Ninja Turtle Doc Martens. Yeah. I have my Ninja Turtle backpack. Yep. Okay. And I go, Jake, I'll be right back. Have a cigarette. And he's like, what? Huh? Yeah. And I just drop all the shit. Yeah. And I haul ass down. And I was like, oh, Mr. Eastman. I'm like, I just want to shake. I'm Jake the Snake's assistant, the wrestler. He's like, oh, okay. I was like, can I just shake your hand? I'm like a huge fan. Thank you so much for Ninja Turtles. And I was like, check out my docs. And he's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, everybody that knows me knows I'm the biggest Turtle fan. I was like, oh, that's nice. And I was like, I just want to thank you. That's it. Thank you. Right. Because I didn't want to,
do too much. Right.
So, even when I met, David Robbins one time, I was like, can I just shake your hand?
Wow.
This is, pre-selfie era and whatnot. So.
Holy shit, bro. That's amazing. I had no idea even that you were on the road like that with a fucking wrestler, bro. That's a crazy-ass story.
I think people have this assumption about comedy of, oh, yeah, you just go and blow up and you don't do anything all day, or you might do some, we would do radio stuff in the morning, so I'd have to wake them up. And we'd go and do that, and then we'd have to get lunch, and then do all the packing, and then do the show, and then sell merch, and then it was and we would do this, 2-3 weeks at a time. Yeah. Sometimes his daughter would come and be road manager with us.
Jeez, it's a family affair. Yeah. How do you go from that type of a fast lifestyle, working those type of venues, to that tour ending, and now you're in Vegas? Okay, now.
So here in Vegas, I had a buddy of mine that moved from San Antonio to Vegas a couple years before I did, named Joe Calise. Okay. And he was able to introduce me to people, and then I got to meet some of the big players locally. People like Brandon Guchon, Jocelyn Sharp. Hey, Sharp. Bunch of badass comics. I got in with them. They saw me and started working with each other. Yeah. Vouches went far and did some guest spots here and there, and then just kind of got myself in the fold. Nice. And LA Comedy Club was very open to me, and then just kept making friends and networking, and eventually I did have to move out of Jake the Snake's house because it was just way too much. Yeah. In the off season and whatnot. Right. And at one point, and I'm very bitter about this, it was suggested to me that I should get a job. Oh. And I'm like, yo, I have a job. It's to be a goddamn comedian. Right. That is my job. Now, I'm not saying I'm too good for other shit, but I came out here to tell jokes, not rap burritos. And again, I've had all kinds of other shit. If you're doing that stuff, that's cool. That's good for you. Right. I still do my side hustles of making flyers, editing videos, and doing some of that other stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let me go, find somewhere else to live. And part of amicably, of course, and kept in touch and whatnot here and there. Yep. And so then I just kind of, became part of the Vegas local
community. That's dope. So what's the next chapter for you, man? Do you want to do some other things? Are you happy where you're at right now? Continue to work? No,
definitely not, because I think comfort is the creative killer. I've always been a stern believer of struggle is great for creativity. Yeah. And I want to definitely get more clubs. I try to think of what's holding me back other than just being an asshole. No.
Could be that.
Yeah, right. But it's I'm likable enough, right? Mm-hmm. I definitely want to work more clubs and get some bigger credits. And I love working the nerd conventions that I do. Oh, yeah. Because I would do shows at anime conventions. So if I could I'd love to do more nerd shows like that, or stuff with video game, stuff that I'm passionate about, or a wrestling theme.
That's right. You do your gaming thing too. I was supposed to go get with you on one of those shows.
Yeah. Some fighting games.
Yeah.
So that I just work more clubs. I love traveling. I love meeting new people.
Yep.
And I love entertaining people. I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense I'm a comedian.
Right. No, it's perfect, man. And I think that's what life is all about, man. Is getting to the place where you're living and you're doing the things that you're passionate about around the people that make you feel good about. I think that's the place I know that I'm trying to get to. Just where I can just be creative. Yeah. How that's gonna look, what specific role, who knows? But as long as you're creative and you're making people laugh and you can take care of yourself by doing it, man, I think that's a fire part.
I mean, there's a lot of sacrifices. I'm almost 40. I live with 2 people, which is fine. They're great ladies that I live with.
Oh, nice.
And it's a trip. I'm learning a lot living with 2 women.
Yeah, I bet so. You're gonna be a husband material whether you want to or not.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're helping me out, so I appreciate that. And nice. I'm finding out whenever I bring home food, it's not my own.
No, it's everybody's at that point.
Yeah.
You walk in the kitchen like, what the fuck? Where am I?
Oh no, it's like I come home, they're like, oh, what'd you bring us? And I'm like, yeah, well, here, have some nuggets. And
you're crying at the same time. It's like, oh shit, y'all gotta eat it.
I don't want to say no.
You can't say no. Y'all, that's family.
I can't have my own thoughts.
Do you hide your stuff? You ever hide some shit when you come in the house? Like, no, I'm keeping this in the car.
Usually I come home pretty late and they're already in bed and stuff.
You time it out that way. If you're watching, ladies, you gotta stay up late.
But they like my cooking and I like cooking for them.
Nice.
And
what do you like to cook? What's like your favorite shit? Like your go-to? If it's like, hey, I can whip up some of this, whip up some of that.
I mean, I cook a lot of the stuff I missed from Texas. So
we were just talking about Whataburger and fucking best fries and shit.
I'll make my own like pinto beans at least once a month.
Okay. Oh, I love some good pinto beans, man.
I make my like borracho. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I get the thick cut jalapeno bacon. If I can
Whatever
get it.
Happened to that bacon, bro? We didn't finish that. Did you get the fucking bacon?
I got the bacon. I picked it up from the airport like 4 days later from the Vegas airport. And then I opened it up and I was like, it's sealed. But I'm like,
is it still?
Right. I just threw it away. It was tough for me. And I just sent a lot of emotional texts.
Oh, man. Gotcha. Ladies, if you're trying to get in the door, find some jalapeno bacon, right?
I'll make my own shoot your shot at some point. So, So I love to cook Mexican stuff, Tex-Mex stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that I grew up eating and that my mom would make and that my sister kind of like gave me the recipes for, stuff like goulash.
Nice.
So
I don't think I've had goulash before.
Oh yeah, so it's like a stew meat and kind of a gravy. Eat it over rice or noodles.
I like cornbread. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm right down the way, man.
Hell
so
yeah,
we do cornbread, beans, rice, cornbread, little sausage and shit.
Yeah.
Throw a little hot sauce, Louisiana hot sauce. I'm Louisiana
make
hot
my
sauce.
Make chili all the time.
You like chili? You like chili?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
yeah,
dude. When the weather cools off. Let's do a little chili date. Can we play video games and eat some chili?
There you go.
Okay, I want to do that shit.
We'll keep the windows open.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna leave right after the chili. I'll be like, well, this was nice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and go now.
We got 2 downstairs bathrooms. We'll be all right.
That can work.
Yeah.
Sorry in advance, girls. Who your roommates are sorry in advance. I'm that dude that did the podcast. And then think of y'all's bathroom. That's because of the chili.
So
dope.
Yeah, I just love cooking, and I like cooking new stuff.
Yeah.
And my thing is like I'll watch like 7 or 8 different videos on the same recipe, and then go, all right, I know what I like, and I think I know how to do it. So
put your own little shit on it then.
Yeah. So like lately, I've been making a lot of like egg fried rice because I'll have like leftover rice.
Yeah.
And I cook up the next day in the wok.
Okay.
And like depending on whatever I have left over and what veggies and
mix
throw
that
it in
shit
there.
up. Okay, man, knows how to take care of something. It's country men as well as that, ladies. Get you a man from down south. We'll cook for you. We clean up after ourselves.
Oh, yeah. I do all the dishes in the trash at the house. I don't let them women touch none of that.
See that? That's what's up.
I'm kind of misogynist in that way. I'm like, don't your pretty hands touch that.
Put that down. I got it, bitch. I said I got it. Super fire. Yo, man, so do you still have that van, by the way?
I still do. Yeah,
okay.
It's in the garage.
The Sienna is going strong still. Okay.
I got to get the temperature gauge fixed on that. Maybe I'll put a own cash app for the van for the cuddle shuttle.
There you go.
And then people can help donate for upgrades or something.
Hell yeah.
Because I'd love to take that thing on the road and do like tours and take a comic or 2 with me, and because that thing is built for like hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
And it's easy for me to get in and out of. It's a smooth ride. And the AC gets so damn cold in it.
Yeah.
And,
No, they're awesome, dude. I was in the minivan business for a while. I did wheelchair accessible vans.
Oh,
the ramps and all that shit come out. I know the Sienna and the fucking Odyssey and all that shit.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So let's just say you sign a deal. Somebody wants to put you in a movie, right? And they throw you a check. You got let's say like $5 million coming your way, right? After taxes, you got what, 2.5, something like that too. What's the first car you're gonna go buy? You got your CN that's out there. What are you gonna go trade that in and get?
I'd probably just get a better, newer electric van.
Aha!
Or probably get a Tesla. Be out there, Tesla whipping it up.
There you go. Teslas are dope too.
But yeah, I definitely would get like one of those sweet ass. I don't know, like Nissan Quest, Chrysler Pacifica,
$50,000 loaded up, fucking everything, DVDs
I'm talking about
and all
80,
that shit.
Yeah. Where it's like the seats will just disappear on their own,
right?
And I can put a bunch of merch in there, or I can crash out in the back, and then, I wouldn't get an RV because that's like too much to drive around and shit.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And this way, if I need to do the old shit shower and shave, I can just always go to a hotel or couch surf or crash with somebody, but. If I had that kind of money, I would just go to different comedy clubs and just wait until I can perform and be like, all right, I'll be here another night.
Be right out back if you're looking for me. Super dope, man. So please, before we get up out of here, let everybody know where they can find you. Your Whataburger order too. What is your Whataburger? Because I know I want a hot and juicy Whataburger with cheese and the onions and the fries. They got their own salt, the ketchup too. Yeah, so I want all of that.
I still have some in my car if you want some.
What? Whataburger ketchup? Yeah. See, I knew you was good people. You got Whataburger ketchup in the car.
I got, because I was in Phoenix and got some, and I got the spicy one too. Ooh, that's a good one. That's the newness.
Shit.
So I'll get the double meat, double cheese with bacon, jalapeno, grilled onions, A1. Ooh. And yeah, that's like how I start.
Nice. That's how it starts. Okay.
That's how I start.
Okay.
And then I'll get like maybe one of the other favorites, just a sandwich by itself.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh yeah, let me build up my reward points in the app.
Right. And this and that. I'm just doing this for the points, girl. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's not all from me.
And I always tell them the big old spiel. I go, I'm from Texas.
Right.
I live in Vegas now, so this is a big deal for me.
Right. It's
nostalgic. Please make it awesome.
Right. Right. Get somebody else on the cook who's gonna take this shit serious.
Yeah, there you go. I want you to make this like you're making it for your mama.
Right. So please, bro, let everybody know where they can follow you, where they can find you, and announce any upcoming shows.
You can find me in these streets, man. What's
in these streets,
I ain't afraid of you. I put all my shit online. Come find me. All right. No. All my social media is at Y2 Koolaid. I'm not on TikTok because I don't want the Chinese stealing my info. So I only want Americans to steal my info, damn it.
Yeah.
So I do Instagram stories a lot. I'm on Twitch. I need to get back on it, and I want to do that this weekend because I love playing video games, and I love bullshitting with people and being live and performing. And I did a lot of Twitch over the pandemic because it kind of scratched that itch of like performing for a crowd and getting that interaction and that feedback.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, this is great. But that's another like skill set right there to like constantly, be on and be live and
hell yeah.
Perform in video games and whatnot. So Y2 Koolaid is on my social media stuff, and then alexansel.com is the website.
Hell yeah.
And then you can catch me 4 or 5 nights a week, usually at the Strat at the LA Comedy Club for the 6 p.m. show and other shows around town. Of course, Laugh After Dark for a special next year, right?
Hey,
right?
So you're going to throw that into the universe. Throw that out there into the universe. There it is.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
And hopefully more comedy festivals. You can see me cruising in the country in the Cuddle Shuttle.
Yeah.
You'll know it's mine. It's got the graphics on there.
You'll see it coming later.
You'll see it get pulled over.
Right. Hell yeah. Hey, Alex, it's been a dope pleasure, man.
Hell yeah.
One time for Kool-Aid, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your boy, Charlie Wilson. This is Do Tell Will Laugh After Dark. Hit that subscribe button before you get the hell on up out of here, and I'll see y'all next time. Cheers. Hey, look, hey, I know you got stuff to do, and you're ready to get up out of here, but just a minute. Come on, man, you didn't already stay here this long. Now take just a minute and subscribe, please. That way you can stay connected. Like the video. Leave a comment. We want to hear what you got to say, baby. Now, we appreciate it. Now, go on and subscribe.